So I wanted to do a video for you guys on putting the new doors on. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know this too, but just for some of the people that don't, they never did it. But unfortunately, we were kind of in a rush on Sunday, and it was beautiful in South Dakota. Over here, it was like 70 degrees, almost a record high. And then like literally like I was grilling at the same time while we were doing this and are starting to grill and get dinner ready. And then we just got a huge gust of wind that like tipped my daughter's bike over, my son's bike. I mean, it was some powerful wind. And it just kept coming, and it brought like down to the 30s or 20s or something. In 10 to 15 minutes I could see my breath in the garage, and it was cold as fuck. I didn't even want to finish grilling. So I'm gonna show you guys this really quick on the just now and how it turned out. There you see my breath right now. But now it's cold again for an entire week. And here's how she looked. So I banged out the rear. I still got to do a little bit more up here. And then what I'm going to do is cut all this, take all the trim off of each fender, rear and front, cut the metal, and then get rid of the side skirts. And we're going to be putting the fender flares on and trying to knock this out as best we can and doing all the lifted stuff on here. But all in all, if you look, the doors turned out pretty decent. I grabbed these from the junkyard for 80 bucks, already painted. Now it's funny because there's black door handles and a black power mirror, and on that side it's white. So I was gonna keep the white door handles, but both of them had damage. They were, could have been used if I absolutely had to, but I didn't want to. Now I swapped the locks over, swapped the door panels, the window motors. So I would have shown you guys that too, but like I said, it got nasty out quick. So here's the damage. The door's shut, but you can see the damage right here where it bent the frame a little and hit the metal. And let me unlock it. The rear is obviously worse. If you look right here, you can see it dented in the actual frame all the way up in here. Just creases and hit marks. So on the rear door, you didn't have to do anything. All you have to do is unbolt. I mean, you can take the whole hinge if you want. I did it this way because I didn't want to take the hinge off the door, off the frame after it's been hit. So you get the bolts here, and you're gonna have to do adjustments the best you can. I adjusted them best I can to get them to fit with the damage, but it's 4 12mm bolts and 1 12mm bolt for the hinge that holds it. Then this wiring harness is going to come out. You pull it out a little bit and you can unplug it, and pretty much that's simple. You can do that, and you can swap your glass. So if you want to do the glass in the rear is a little bit more pain in the butt, you have to move the window tracks, because I salvaged my old doors. You have to move the window tracks, which is not as easy in the front. So you have to unbolt them and take them all out. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you can see as it shuts, but you also have to slam it a little bit. You can't easily shut it, although it is getting a little bit better after using it past few 2-3 days. So on this one, I had to pull the door panel off. You have to pull this trim piece off, and I swapped the window motor, hence there's no tint on here. Then you have same thing, 4 12mm bolts, and then one right there. And then in here, you're gonna have a clip right at the door. It's really easy. You can get it off, bolt it up, match it up there. And the lock is probably the trickiest thing. You have to take a little piece off of the lock in the back and make sure you don't break the little tab. I broke it on my old one, but it slides off so the lock can then come out. You can do it that way, or you can pull the whole door handle out, but it's kind of a pain in the ass on these ones. But yeah, I swapped the locks over. As you can see, this one shuts. This one's not as bad, but turned out pretty well. So still forgot to grab this piece from junkyard, but I'm probably gonna just end up removing the bumpers anyways and doing the Jeep bumpers. I already have the front Jeep bumper from an XJ, I believe. It's been sitting here for about a year. It actually has been over a year. I actually bought it October of 2018. You can see it sitting right there. And the fender flares are up there. I bought those about a year ago too. Just couldn't bring myself to pull everything off this one. As you can see, I got parts here, some more parts there. Getting ready to start on it later on this week. And new True Heart ball joints. Some more stuff. But it's freezing out. It's freezing out now. We've been having freezing rain, snow. This whole next week's supposed to be cold. So South Dakota weather can't make up its mind. It's just pain in the ass. But wanted to show that to you guys. I wanted to do, more of a detailed video on the doors. But it just didn't work out. So if you have any questions on how to swap doors or anything on the CRV or windows or window motors or just taking off your door panels, the locks are a big thing. They're always a problem in the damn CRV. And I don't know everything about it yet because, I mean, I know how the system works. It's basically like any Honda, but for some reason they freeze. People try to say WD-40, try to say PV Blaster, try to say heat them up, try to say put silicone on certain parts of it, or not silicone, but grease. I've tried everything on them, and it still have a problem. I just think it's bad seals in 20-year-old vehicles, and it happens. But if you have any questions, I definitely try to help out anything I can do, and I can tell you definitely how to remove them and line them up, and the best I can anyways. Kind of once you start to go do it yourself, you'll figure it out. It's just one of them things you see. But yeah, I wanted to make a how-to video, but it just didn't work out. So anyways, I'll have some more videos soon, guys. Still dealing with a lot of pain from the accident. Whoever still keeps watching the channel and following me, I appreciate it.